This is BBC One Southwest. Now Samantha Smith with Inside Out.
Hello and welcome to Inside Out Southwest. Stories and investigations from where you live. Tonight, hug a hoodie? Well, how about the Cornwall woman who's thrown open her home to ex-offenders and their friends?
I haven't been arrested once since I've been here, and I always get arrested. That is basically where I would be without Julie. Prison.
But now Julie Stoddern's unofficial refuge is under threat.
You know, part of me just says, carry on, you know. And then another part of me obviously says, no, don't carry on, because you'll lose the things that mean something to you in life.
Also tonight, the Southwest pensioners being scammed out of their savings.
They've promised me that I have won so many thousands, etc., etc., but they never pay me.
We catch up with the company that bins their desperate letters.
You could stop it happening. Your company could stop it happening. You've got nothing to say to these people at all. Surely you owe them something, Mr. Gevitt.
I'm Sam Smith and this is Inside Out Southwest. So this is the popular image of Cornwall: boats, harbours and quaint cottages clinging to the hillside. But one woman living in the heart of this county sees a very different reality. Julie Stoddern's opened up her home to troubled young people, but it's a move that's landed her in deep water.
Who's having, anybody want patty and toast?
No, my
A year ago, Julie's 4-bedroomed Camborne home was full to bursting, with a dozen tenants plus assorted visitors.
At the moment we've got Callum, Slav, Daniel, Chris, Nathan, Megan, who else is there here? Simon, Dougie, Nathan. And that's only like about a quarter of us. Obviously I've created a little family here now, or should I say a big family. Daniel with his famous body.
I haven't been arrested once since I've been here, and I always get arrested. That's it. That's basically it. That is basically where I would be without Julie. Prison.
This is Uncle Simon.
Julie supports me in more ways than anyone else has ever done, ever. Because I get very frustrated about the littlest things because of the problems I've got, and if it wasn't for her being there for me, I'd just lose the plot, I think.
But the council says this is overcrowding and she's got to cut down.
And it means that the 12 of us that was actually here in the property has got to now go down to 5, including myself.
Nice one, thank you, Julie. Looks lovely.
It's quite very upsetting actually to think that I put all this hard work and effort and my own money into it, and you know, actually shot myself in the foot as well as everybody else, I think.
Splash off the guns, yeah!
So now I've got to have the choice of making who's going to be staying and who's going to be going, which isn't quite so easy. Right, this is Julie's cave. Because of lack of storage, because obviously there's been so many of the lads which I've been trying to support, I'm now sorting this out and bagging the boys' stuff. Where do I start? That's the next thing. I look at it and think, oh dear, where do I start? Where do I start? Just put them in that bag down there, and then that I can do for Callum then. Callum's just come out of prison, so he needs some more things, so.
Julie fostered children for many years before taking in young adults. She charges rent, but running around after her tenants has taken a toll on her finances and her car.
Can I go to the garage? Can I a minute? Just for them just to have a check. I need that tender loving care. And I need to go and chat one of the lads up. Plugs, points and distributor cap. More money that you haven't got.
Back home, Julie's got to decide who stays and who goes. Daniel Penrose may have no choice. He's up in court today for burglary.
I always go to prison for like stupid things, like, you know what I mean? Just like, I don't know, like, just criminal damage or, yeah, fall out with someone and, you know what I mean? I felt something in my shoe, like.
Daniel was homeless and on a police tag when Julie took him in a year ago. He'd been in and out of prison since his teens.
I was advised not to have him here because he was such a bad lad, and I just thought, I'll take him in and give him a go. And he's one of the best ones that I'm glad I do take in.
Danielle is Daniel's girlfriend and is also living at Julie's.
I actually feel like I want to like stay out of prison, like have something to stay out of prison for. A bit more self-respect in that as well, like, you know? Because that's what it boils down to, isn't it? Like self-respect, doesn't it?
Nervous.
Tenant Nathan Lodge Matthews is also due in court today. He's hoping for leniency.
It's a new judge, though. But my solicitor did say to me he's got heart, this one.
He's charged with breaching bail conditions and could also be jailed.
You got to go?
Yeah, because she's got to drop me off to bed on the way.
Right.
For 11 o'clock.
Bounce.
Main worries for, obviously, Dan, but Nathan as well, because Nathan's not sure whether he's going to be sent down today or not.
Daniel is bailed, but Nathan is sent to jail.
He's got to do 3 months in prison, and then the next 3 months he's released out on licence, on the condition he's got a place to go. Which makes it again very difficult for myself because obviously I've been told to cut down the numbers, and I might not even be able to take him back under the circumstances that the council and everybody's put me in, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Back in Camborne, Julie's got an eye on the meter.
Yeah, that's okay for a minute. Thank goodness.
You all right with that?
Yeah, okay for a minute. For about another day.
And then what?
Panic. Got to get some money on the key. Also be in darkness.
Although she's lost one tenant to prison, Julie can't resist taking in another. David Thompson.
Well, I knew Julie about 6 years ago, and then I ended up going to jail, and then got out, and well, she let me come back. So yeah, she's a nice woman.
David will be allowed to stay as long as he keeps out of trouble. One of Julie's longest standing lodgers is Simon Markham. He says being here has changed his life.
I used to do a lot of amphetamine, a lot of MDMA, a lot of pills. I used to smoke weed on a daily basis. At one point I was even injecting amphetamine and all sorts like. I was doing a lot of really nasty things to fund my habits, like mugging people. I'd never do any burglaries on houses or stuff like that, but I was always hitting warehouses and shops and DIY centres and even lorry yards. Like I'd drain all their fuel out of their lorries and sell it to people on the side and stuff, and take catalytic converters, all sorts, anything and everything.
But for Julie, living with unpredictable tenants has its risks. One night a knife was pulled on her.
One of the lads basically tried to take me sort of like a hostage sort of situation, and you know, telling the others, you know, I'm looking after her, and of course obviously which triggered the other lads off to, you know, become frightened for myself, obviously, for them frightened for me, and obviously for themselves.
Did you fear for your safety?
Of course you do. You know, you feel for your safety, anybody else's safety in the property, and, you know, your family's in your thoughts and everything, Yeah.
And Julie's trust in new arrival David proves misplaced. Late one night, he takes £800 from her credit cards and does a runner. All this strife has brought Julie into conflict with her own family.
I don't know why, I just feel so torn between everything. I really do. You know? Because obviously I made it their home, and it was my son's home. So now he feels that it's not his home because obviously they've taken over. So... This is another lad that writes to me every week. It's one of many. I'm out soon, the 31st of August. Is all my stuff there still okay? How's things at home? It will get easier as time goes on. Well, you know, part of me just says, carry on, you know. And then another part of me obviously says, no, don't carry on because you'll lose the things that mean something to you in life. And I feel so helpless in here when I could be there supporting you, missing you like mad. Love you, Nathan.
Done all you can for us.
You think so?
Yeah. You lost your family over us, basically. Got yourself in debt, trying to help us lot out, paying court fines and stuff like that. Yeah. It's quite mad, really.
Torn, really. Yeah, torn between the two of it. Very difficult.
Julie's on her way to Bodmin.
Are we there yet?
Two of her lodgers are ready to move out. Daniel and Danielle might be eligible for a supported flat, and they're on their way to see it.
So there's quite a few people bidding for.
So it's gone quite well
places.
actually today, and hopefully we should have
Well,
some
apart
good
from the
news by apart from the weather. But hopefully we should have some good news on Tuesday. Fingers crossed.
It's a few weeks now since David took Julie's money. He handed himself into the police, got a job, and is paying Julie back. He says he instantly regretted what he did.
Yeah, about 20 seconds after I got it out of the bank. But I couldn't exactly put it back into the cash point machine. Look.
I suppose you could have taken it back and given it to her.
Yeah, and then she'd have known I'd have robbed the cards anyway, so...
So at that stage you thought you'd get away with it?
Yeah, but I didn't think I'd get away with it. To be honest, I didn't really want to get away with it. Like.
Julie's allowed him back into the house.
He knows it was wrong, but you know, when situations of, you know, drug and drink take over, the control just seems to disappear.
But has Julie been taken advantage of by various lodgers over the years? One of her tenants certainly thinks so.
Stealing things, taking things, pawning things into the pawn shop light, and there's all sorts. Just getting loans to this address. Loan companies ringing us up like 10 times a day, getting older people who don't live there no more. All sorts, just totally took the mickey right out of her.
And Danielle and Daniel, who've finally moved out, have little sympathy for Julie's troubles.
If you welcome convicts and offenders like into your house, you've got to have things in place, haven't you? Really, otherwise there's no point.
She says she'll go on about how her things are going missing from her house. Well, don't allow convicts into your bloody house.
You know, some say it's you know, it's a drug den, it's a squat, it's, you know, somewhere where they could all run to and hide, and I'm protecting them.
Well, one of my friends come round and ended up having a knife pulled on him, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Knives were getting pulled out all the time.
So you don't think that the young people who are there are being properly protected?
No.
No.
Yeah, there should definitely be more things in place, like, yeah.
Well, I try to provide a safe environment, obviously. But again, you're going to have issues of, you know, and the violentness. You find, obviously, the violentness is through one coming in drunk or drugged up. And then them losing control and then having to deal with it.
But things are quiet for now. Julie's dad is helping to make her house more secure. Simon's pitching in and staying out of trouble.
Excellent. He's coming on a treat. Very good, aren't you, Simon?
Yep. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it as well.
He's the sort of lad who you show him once and he's straight into it.
I don't know, it's just, I find this sort of stuff, like, really relaxing, like, I don't know, just doing something anyway, and then seeing what I've accomplished myself and seeing how nice it looks afterwards. It's just amazing, like, you know? I just like the feeling.
I'm slowly getting back to the state where I am at an even level, if you know what I mean. And that's all because of living here and Julie supporting me and not giving up on me, if you know what I mean. Julie supports me in more ways than anyone else has ever done, ever. As in, like, just like little things, like, because I get very frustrated about the littlest things because of the problems I've got, and if it wasn't for her being there for me, I'd just lose the plot, I think. Like, I don't know, she means so much to me because she brought me in from the streets. I haven't committed no crime ever since I've been living here. I'm 100% better compared to what I used to be, and if I was to lose her now, I think I'd just go straight back down, you know what I mean?
But those who care for Julie worry she's still taking on too much.
She does her best, let's put it that way.
Let's just say some people don't want to be helped.
Yeah. There's only a certain few that she's tried to help that have really want to be helped, like Simon.
6 months after the council's ultimatum, Julie's down to 4 lodgers. But not for much longer. Nathan Lodge Matthews has just come out of prison. And he's going home with Julie.
These lads are not just my responsibility, they're everybody's responsibility. I'm saving these lads. There's most probably another how many thousands that would like my saviour.